Okay, so let's look at some linear equations that have the variable on both sides of the equation. So we'll call these advanced. Okay, so let's take 2x minus 7 is equal to 3x plus 2. All right, so again, my object is to determine what x needs to be in order for this equation to make a true statement. So my object is the same. I would like to have a single x equals a specific number. So the first thing I'm going to do is just try to get x on one side. So I'm going to start by either adding or subtracting one of the x terms to both sides of the equation. So I personally would prefer not to deal with negative terms. So because 3 is larger than 2, I'm going to elect to work with the 2x instead of the 3x. But you could do either, it doesn't matter. Since this is a positive 2x, I'm going to subtract it from both sides of the equation. So 2x and negative 2x make 0, which leaves negative 7 on the left. And now I have like terms, so I can combine the 3x and the negative 2x. So this will leave me with 1x. And so now I just want to get that single x by itself. So I'm going to subtract 2 from both sides. So this is negative 9 is equal to x. So again, you don't have to show the check, but I think it's nice to see how this actually works and why we do this. So if we start with our original equation, that means if I replace x with negative 9, this statement should be true. So whenever you do those substitutions, I would encourage you to do that in parentheses. So I'm just rewriting the equation, replacing x with negative 9. Okay, and now I have to follow order of operations. So I have to multiply first. So 2 times negative 9 is negative 18. 3 times negative 9 is negative 27. And now I'm going to add, and I should get the same number on both sides. So negative 18 and negative 7 is negative 25. And negative 27 and a positive 2 is negative 25. So we are correct. When x is equal to negative 9, this equation is a true statement. Okay, let's try something else. What if we have negative 2 times x plus 3 is equal to negative 5x minus 1? Okay, so first thing I want to do is let's get rid of that parenthesis using the distributive property. So that negative 2 will need to get multiplied to both terms inside the parentheses. So this becomes negative 2x, and then negative 2 and positive 3 when multiplied would give me a negative 6. And I'll rewrite the right side. Okay, so now we're looking at something similar to the example before. We would like to move one of the x terms. Okay, so if I move the 5x by adding 5x, because that would give me 0. Again, I chose that because when I add 5x and negative 2x, I'll get a positive number. But it would be perfectly fine if we chose to add 2x to both sides. All right, so we know those 0 out on the right. On the left, a positive 5 and a negative 2 is a positive 3x. And so now again, we're back to one of those basic equations. So if I add 6 and negative 1 is 5, and divide 3, x is equal to 5/3.